Good morning, everyone, and welcome. We're going to talk today about Social Security claiming. Dave Pimper, the president of Lazarus Coaching, is going to hit on the top 4 or 5 things regarding Social Security claiming that can help you with your current clients and potential prospects. He'll also spend some time digging in a little bit deeper to some opportunities to learn more about Social Security claiming and then how to use that expertise to, as I mentioned already, help your current clients and a couple ways to get introduced to more potential clients with that valuable expertise under your wing. So, good webinar today, regular webinar, one that we have and has been very, very popular for actually many years now because of the opportunities around Social Security claiming. So thank you all for joining us here today. You'll have the opportunity to ask some questions. You have to type them in and hit send. And please, a poll or two will pop up. If you can answer for us, yes or no, that really helps us. We're looking to gauge interest in things like our annuity and life academies, whether you'd like to get more coaching around Social Security or Social Security seminars, Retirement Boss Radio. I think we might have a poll pop up on that. So if you have interest, that's great. Hit yes. Don't worry at all about hitting no. We know that we've got a lot of things here and you can't or shouldn't be interested in all of them, but we'd love to help you in those areas where you can. If you're unable to reply or check yes or no on those polls, we'll just give you a quick call after the event and double check. Lisa Marie will give you a call and double check with you. So with that said, I'm going to run through a couple of things. My name is Steve Murray, one of the principals here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We do the business for about 37 years now, and primarily focusing on the senior marketplace, which has meant for the past 30 or so years since I've been here, that our annuity business has been at the forefront of our offerings for quite a few years now. So whatever we can do to help you here at IAMS, as you know, we're just a phone call away. Let me run through a couple things that I think you might not be aware of, or maybe you are and just need a little refresher. There are a couple folks on here with us today that have just joined us, and I'm sure there's some names that I don't recognize. Those are probably people that have not yet made a choice to join us. So I want to make sure that you're aware that we have a new producer bonus system where we're going to get you out maybe a little extra cash, maybe a trip to a Ritz-Carlton for you and your guests. But really what we like to concentrate on is ways to help you even increase your business more as you move forward. So there's some great opportunities, including Retirement Boss Radio, which is a great way to promote Social Security expertise. Social Security seminars is on there as well. So a lot of great ways to build your business. We'd love to help you in any way that we can. And on that first 180 days, we kind of put that on steroids for you. A couple of programs that we keep running pretty regularly for the past 15, 18 years is the RPM program, which rewards you financially ongoing for your referrals. Those are now the biggest checks we send out from our offices. The simple part of that is that if you have somebody you think might benefit from what we do here, whether it's or training or incentives or products or the ways that we help you grow your business, if you think someone might benefit from that, refer them over to us, and we will put them in our system as a referral from you. And as they do business, we will pay you a referral bonus for that. So really a great way to help you grow a little separate stream of income without having the hassles of agency building, not having to worry about chargebacks. We do everything. And by the way, if your referral gets to doing business with them, they get every benefit here at IAMS that you have. There's nothing, we take the bonus that we pay you out of our advertising budget. It doesn't come from them. And so they still have available everything, including they could refer someone as well and take advantage of the RPM program. So it's a great little program designed to help you build your business and designed to help us save money on advertising costs of people we don't know and put the money rather in the hands of the people that we do business with every day, our producers. So take advantage of that if you're not already. Most of you, those of you that are doing business are already, whether you know it or not, taking advantage of marketing reimbursement. When you do business, money goes in your marketing reimbursement account. You can then use that to anything that helps you grow your business. We will match your spend dollar for dollar. So basically effectively doubles the value of what you spend on marketing. So if we can help you with that, we'd sure love to, and help you with RPM. Many of you, not many, it looks like a couple of you regularly receive RPM checks, so you know how that program works as well. I'm going to throw up a poll here. But before I do, I just wanted to make sure that you saw the slide. So we're doing basically 6 annuity academies, life and or annuity academies this year. The second one of those starts tomorrow. So that one, of course, is filled up. So we have 4 more through the year, a couple of them straight life only, and the others are standard life and annuity academies. And they're all designed to help you grow your business. And you can see on the screen before you some of the things that we talk about. It doesn't say there that we take care of your expenses. So your travel expenses, your lodging expenses, your meal expenses will be taken care of by IAMS, and the opportunity for you to learn and grow your business will be the cost of that for you will be that time out of your office. It says 2-day training here. You're effectively going to be out of your office for 3 days. We generally go a Wednesday, bring it on Wednesday and let you head back home on Friday, just a little afternoon after lunch. So you're effectively going to be out of your office for 3 days. If you have interest in joining us, I'll launch this poll here right now. The first step is to let us know that, and the first step, the way you do that is by completing a registration form, and that registration form will come out to you if you check yes on this poll. So once we have a registration form in, we basically just go from those, and that's how we do the invitations to our academies. As I mentioned, we have 4 yet this year. We've got 1 in August. I think we'll have another full life and annuity academy in October. In between there, we have 2 Life Academy opportunities as well. So all of them include us taking care of your expenses and hotel and meals, and it involve a whole bunch of training. So if that's something you have interest in taking advantage of, or you'd like to have us give you a call when we have the next ones coming up with dates and times, etc., simply hit yes on that poll. We'll get you out the registration form, complete that, and we'll put you into the mix. You may have a question on that. If you need something further, maybe you've been in recently, I would say that if you've been within the last couple of years, we probably want to reserve that spot for someone else. As you can imagine, there's no shortage of people that want to take advantage of them. Our number, though, if you want to talk to your sales director about it, is 800-255-5055. I'm going to close that poll down here in, well, look. I think I can close her down right now. If you were unable to vote, we'll give you a call and double check with you and make sure that we get that registration form out to you if you'd like to get registered. Most of our producers now, we've crossed well over the 50% mark on e-apps. Most of our producers do most of their business via e-app. There are times when for whatever reason they can't or don't, but many of you have fully taken advantage of the e-app system for your life and annuity business, which is smart. Once you get to use it, I think you see the value and the ease and the professionalism of it. Value because it can save you some time. Ease because you know you're going to have all the right forms, and timing because there still are within the industry a decent number of folks that are still doing business on paper apps. Unfortunately, those do get moved to the back of the line when business comes in. All the carriers know that they can get those e-apps in and out quicker, and they automatically kind of line up in their system, so those tend to get the first attention. So if you've done e-apps, you know that the timeline on getting them in and out the door is usually 3 or 4 days shorter with e-apps. So if you are not taking advantage of that, I hope you will. And let us help you if what you need is help. Most of our producers don't know that you can actually complete an e-app online, print it out, take it out to your client, have them sign it, and re-upload it back into the e-app system, and have them have that handled as an e-app, which can save you a lot of time. So there's a lot of ways to do e-apps. We want to help you with all of them. Most of you probably know as well that it's a pretty simple way for you to get registered to do e-apps on our system. And then you don't have to go from carrier website to carrier website to carrier website. You can just come to our website. Most of the carriers are on there. If you need to do a little cut and paste, you can do that. between carriers. It really is a slick and easy way. We got lucky and put that in place right before the pandemic. And of course, that has led to a lot of people taking advantage of that EAP system. We've got a great advertising team here. If you're not taking advantage of them, give your sales director a call and say, hey, what can they do to help me build my brand and my image in my area? And you'll get some great ideas. Many of them are going to be free. A lot of guys and gals use their marketing reimbursement to pay for a lot of what goes on there when there's actually a cost to it. And obviously, that's something that we like to take care of for pro bono or for as little cost as we can, because it benefits you, helps you grow your business, and helps you grow your image and stature in your area. Then that's good for everybody. So we're going to do everything we can to help you with that. A lot of our guys and gals use Retirement Analyzer. Looking at the list of folks on here, probably a third of you, from what I can tell, use the Retirement Analyzer already. You can see on the screen there before you what it is that you can do with that. And that's just kind of the highlights, and you can get an idea of what the printouts look like. Very graphic, very easy to understand for your clients. I would suggest that you give this, if you're not using it on your A and B and C clients, I would suggest that you give the team here a call and say, hey, let me get access to that. If you're doing business with us, we're going to pay your $80 monthly fee for you. We're big believers. We know that it's going to help you grow your business. We know that the case size and case numbers coming from folks when they've seen the kind of the picture of what their retirement's going to look like, from life insurance, long-term care, invested assets, annuities, income streams. When they see that before them, they tend to be much more likely to want to work with you and do business with you. And so that's why we pay for it. We've been doing this for the last 15 years. Got a great relationship with the team there at Thomas Gold. We think this is the best retirement planning software, retirement income stream planning software in the marketplace. And that's why we make it available to our producers at no cost. And even if you're just getting rolling with us, maybe you haven't done your first piece of business, but you're getting ready to, or you're getting started with IAMS, tell me to get you a little trial of it, 30-day, try it out, do it on yourself. Take a file out on an A client and just run it through the system. I think you'll be pleased with what the Retirement Analyzer can do for you. So I hope you take advantage of that. Call Marcus, call Justin, call any of our sales directors, and they can walk you through how to use that. We'd love to have y'all at Kiowa Island. Qualification is ongoing through the end of this year. It takes $4.5 million to qualify with you and your guest. We'll have our largest group ever. Many of you know we have an 18-month qualification. We're a little bit more than halfway through it now, so there's still time to qualify, of course. The top 20 we're going to take and spend some time right in Charleston, at the Charleston Place. We'd love to have y'all join us on that as well. So hopefully you'll take advantage of that. We have till the end of the year to qualify, and we're going to be going right around tax time. I think it's the 14th of April is the leave date, and for the big group we're like 4 or 5 days, and then the second group we're an extra couple on top of that. So I didn't talk much about the coach. The coach is Dave Pimper. He's the president of Lazarus Coaching. Been in the business since the early 80s, 1981, about 560, 575 or so public seminars, been doing radio at the retail level for probably 25 to 30 of those years in total. Some commercials, some radio shows, some hour-long radio shows, some 15-minute, aftermarket type shows, and that, of course, also lets you know on the idea that he also, besides insurance, does security. So, big part of his business. Dave is a prodigious and regular top producer. And so when you're getting advice from Dave, you get advice from somebody that's just is doing exactly what you're doing day in and day out. So we value that highly. I know you do too. And so let's hear from the coach, Mr. Dave.
You're kind, Steve, and you make me sound old.
Hey, your pictures are worth 1,000 words, Dave.
I hear you. Yeah, my name's Dave Pimper, and I have been in business for 40 plus years, and enjoy what I do. I love producing, love giving education to people. We're fortunate because we're in a the financial service arena. Is if you're halfway good at what you do, and hopefully a lot of people on this call are, we make exceptional money compared to an average Joe and Josephine out there. So one of the things a lot of people don't do that are advisors is really understand Social Security. So we're going to go in. This is going to be a 25-minute webinar. So yeah, 20 to the hour, we're going to be done. And I am pretty true to my word on that. So here we go. Talking about Social Security, why it's important as you, the advisor, should really understand it. It says here, this is from CNBC from Sarah O'Brien. She was the reporter on this. Most retirees get little advisor help on Social Security. So a majority of older Americans get no professional advice about a key part of retirement planning, and that's Social Security, even if they work with a financial advisor. Isn't that something? I cannot tell you how many times they came in for Social Security information solely, they end up investing with me and becoming a client. So here's a pretty simple test, not easy, but pretty simple. We'll see how you do. There's 5 questions, so please take it with me. Not many people could pass all 5 questions. So here's the first question. To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? And that's if you're single. If you're single, to maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim the benefit? Write it down. Do this quiz with me. Write it down. Here we go. The answer is not full retirement age. It is 70. Yeah, you can wait up to 70. Get the biggest benefit if you're single. What's the earliest age you can receive survivor's benefits if you are not disabled? What's the earliest age you can receive survivor's benefits if you're not disabled? Anybody know the question on that? Anybody? Answer is, yep, it's age 60. It's a 70. It's a 28.5% discount, but you do go in and you can receive that survivor benefit. Actually, let the other one grow if you want to. Third question. Does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Do they have to claim or not? Yay or nay? Yeah, they do. They got to claim. Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Yay or nay? They can. There's 4 things that have to line up, though. 4 things that have to line up. You got to get 2 of the 4 things that have to happen. There's 4 things that have to line up for you to get it, but if you get 2 of them right, just write 2 of them down. So to get that spousal benefit for a divorce, what has to happen? What situation do you have to be in? Okay, here's the answers. First of all, the marriage had to last 10 consecutive years. You are currently unmarried. The ex can be married. X is at least 62, divorced 2 years ago or longer. Those are the 4 things that have to line up. If you got 2 of those, I'm going to give you that question correct. And then lastly, are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you're divorced? So you're divorced. Can you get survivor benefits? Is that an option for you? Yay or nay? It is. So ask yourself, how'd you do on that quiz? If you took it with me, there's really only one tricky question. I thought that first one was a little tricky on FRA at 70, but you know what? Those are pretty down to earth questions that people ask. Yeah, if you got 1 or 2 right, maybe even 3, you probably need help. You probably need some coaching. If you got 4 or 5, then you really understand it if you didn't guess on the questions, but you actually got them right. How important is Social Security? It's very. Almost 60% of all retirees count their Social Security as the major source of income, more than retirement plans, more than 401ks, more than any other kind of income plans. This comes from Jana Heron with USA Today about 3 years ago. It was in the papers. It says doing this one thing with your Social Security could mean losing $100,000 in retirement. How much does claiming Social Security at the wrong time cost you? Retirees will lose an average of $111,000 in income per household over their lifetime. Why? Because they took Social Security benefits at the wrong time. Ooh, wow, $111,000. Only 4% of retirees took Social Security benefit at the financially optimal age. Very misunderstood. If you have a question, type them in. We're gonna cover those here when we get done. Started in 1935 by Franklin Delano Roosevelt. First check in 1940. 65 was the original age. Until 43, it was the only age you could take. So from 1940 to 43, it was just 65. And then they started lengthening it. You could take it earlier then in 61. But the average age of the person back then when it started was only 62. Now it's close to 80. So, boy, the age of longevity has certainly gone up. Cost of living wasn't automatic till 75. So that's not quite 50 years ago. Or 40 years ago, I guess. Not quite 50 years ago. Yeah. 83 was the first taxation. 93 was the second taxation. There aren't big changes with Social Security, but about once every 10 years, there's big changes. Bipartisan Budget Act 215 was the last one. When you look at Social Security, if you look at like College Course 101, everything starts with full retirement age. The full retirement age is somewhere between 66 and 67. If you take early, you take as early as 62, either 4 or 5 years early, depending on your retirement age, or somewhere in between. You'll get the benefit now, which is the positive. The negative is it's reduced for life. If you wait longer, like I'm 68 years old. I waited 2 years longer now. I've got a guaranteed 8% a year. Throw my COLA on top of that. I mean, my benefit raised off my full retirement age benefit of $3,000. It raised the first year about $400, the second year about $500. Cost of living last year was 5.9. This year, 8.7. Highest numbers in nearly 40 years. It's a huge deal. It's like mini pensions every year. Can it have a big value, Social Security? You darn right it can, if you claim it your right time, not the right time, not a right time. Claim it your right time. Everybody's is different. And then hopefully live long enough that you're able to collect that benefit. Trust fund lost money last year and this year, but there's a huge amount of money in the trust fund, $2.85 trillion on the last account by the Social Security administrators. The trustees came out with their report. You have about $1.1 trillion of revenue, most of that coming in, 90% plus coming in from payroll taxes. The 6.2% you pay, the 6.2% your employer pays. If you're self-employed like I am, you pay both sides of that. Yep, you pay both sides. Expenses were about 1.14, so a decrease of 56 billion, about a decrease last year about 50 billion. The pandemic had something to do with that. A lot of people retired earlier. Now they're going back to work, but when you retire early, now there's less people putting in, and now you're taking out. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, is what it is. But no doubt, that trust fund is going to be around for about 11 more years, and if it goes bankrupt, there's still money from payroll taxes. Of course, it's going to pay for the majority of your benefit. 80 to 85% of the benefit will still be paid, but they're going to either increase taxation, or the Social Security Administration is going to go in and maybe finagle with the age. I'm not for more taxation. I'm all for taking anybody 50 and earlier. Don't touch people 50 and over. Take my kids don't think Social Security is going to be there anyway, so they don't care. Yeah, just go in and increase the age. For retirement age, instead of 67, raise it to 69. 70, get your full benefit, raise it to 72. That's what I would do. It's a pay-as-you-go system through payroll taxes. The government has always purchased special issue treasury bonds, no market value adjustment. But now they buy those bonds and sell them instantly, put IOUs there, or they borrow against those bonds. So it's the government, really. It's a full faith and credit of the government. It's not a Ponzi scheme. That full faith and credit is what backs our currency. Gold and silver do not, just like Social Security. You need 40 quarters of coverage. 40. You can only get 4 per year. The more you make, the bigger they are, up to $160,200. That's the max you can make in that you pay into Social Security. If you make above that, you don't pay for Social Security. So earnings over your working career, they take your 35 highest inflation-adjusted years, and then when do you take? The later you wait towards 70, the bigger it is. The earlier you take towards 62, the smaller it is for the rest of your life. Cost of living last year, this year's 5.9, last year was 8.7. High. Full retirement age, FRA, full retirement age. The benefit you get the full benefit you get at your retirement age. I was born in 55, so it's 66 years and 2 months. If you're born in 56, 66 years and 4 months. If you're born 1960 or later, 67. Newborn born today, 67. That will probably change, but that's what it is now. If you take as early as you can at age 62, depending on your full retirement age, your benefit's going to be discounted anywhere between 25 and 30%. That's healthy for the rest of your life. If you wait longer, like I did, except for the first year at 67, it's guaranteed to grow 8% a year. 8% a year for the rest of your life. Excuse me, 8% a year till the age 70. Not the rest of your life, but you'll get that benefit for the rest of your life once it's there. But it grows 8% a year that you hold off from taking it between ages of full retirement and age 70. So let's talk about spousal benefits. There are kind of innuendos, hurdles, detours, roadblocks that are different than just the norm, but we're talking about the basics today. If we're coaching one-on-one, I go through a lot of different scenarios that help you. PIA, Dave's PIA, primary insurance amount. Primary insurance amount is the amount that you get at full retirement age. So it's PIA at FRA. Primary insurance amount at full retirement age. Dave's is $2,400. Amy's is $1,000. Dave takes his. Amy takes hers. Dave gets $2,400. Amy is going to either get $1,000 or half of Dave's $1,200. Which is she going to get? The higher. And you know what? Does she have to ask for it, or is it done automatically? Automatic. Everybody gets that wrong. Done automatically. And how they look at it, the Social Security Administration, they look at it as she gets $1,000 of her own benefit, and there's a $200 spousal top up. Okay? Now, ask yourself this: on a divorce spouse benefit, got to ask for it or done automatically? No, this one you got to ask for. Remember those 4 things? And we talked about them. The 4 things. You got to get 2 of the 4 right to get those quiz questions right. Marriage lasted 10 consecutive years or longer. Divorce, you're currently unmarried. Ex is at least 62. Divorce was 2 years ago or longer. Yeah, then you can use your ex just as if you're still married to him. You can use your ex for, if those line up, for the survivor benefit. You can use that ex for a spousal benefit. I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of neat things. There's many more options with divorces than there is with someone who is single. Coordinating spousal benefits, there was 2 of them back before the Bipartisan Budget Act did away quickly with one of them, file and suspend. Last major reform in 2015, implemented on 1/1/16. Coordinating spousal benefits, so file and suspend, that went away in 6 months. Restricted, though, was phased out over 8 years, and we're in the 8th year right now. So we're in June. So basically 6 months gone. So you have to be, the age has to be, you have to be over the age of 66 years and 6 months and under the age, 69 years and 6 months and under the age of 70. So there's only 6 months left. But so you got to be born before January the 2nd of 1954. Born before January and can't be 70. So it's a very little window. I haven't talked to anybody as of late. We're not going to spend a lot of time, but if that would be the case, Dave's PIA is $2,400, Amy's is $1,000. Amy's taking hers. Let's say that Dave is 69 years and 6 months. He can let his grow the 8%, but get half of Amy's through a spousal benefit. That's $500 of free money. 500 times 6 is $3,000. That's how much that would be left. And there's just not many people that you can do it anymore. So I don't talk much about it. You know, when you ask someone who they go to get advice and information about Social Security, most people say the Social Security Administration. Just understand they cannot give advice. Isn't that bizarre? They cannot give advice. Well, my gosh, isn't that something? So they can only give your highest benefit right now. Your highest benefit right now. Yep. Okay. We give advice. We can say under the scenario you're telling me, you know what? Social Security can't ask about your health. They can't ask about your expenses. We can. They can't ask about your asset base. We do. They can't ask about your other income streams. We do. They can't ask about debt. We do. They can't ask about what you want to do. Well, what really do you want to do? They can't ask if you're going to work part time. They can't ask any of that. They can just give you your highest benefit right now. If you want that, Social Security is a great place to be. If you want to get advice, no, that's where the advisor comes into play. It comes right from the program's operational manual, taking the claim. Number D, provide enough information so that claimants can make informed choices, but do not give advice. Wild. Wild. I always say Social Security is the worst water cooler talk there is. Worst water cooler corporate talk there is. Hey, Dave, I took Social Security at 62 and you should too. Hey, Dave, I took Social Security at 70 and you should too. That's like saying, hey, Dave, I love the color violet and that should be your color too. Everyone's individual. First of all, it's not a standalone income stream. There's 5 pillars of income. It's one of the income streams. Never was built to be the total income stream. It's just a helper. It's a supplement. I consider it the most flexible. You can start it when you want to, anytime. Claiming at your right time, not the right time. And don't forget about the survivor benefit. I'll tell you what, that survivor benefit is huge. My mom, she's 99 years old, going to be 100 in August. We're going to have a big 100th birthday party for her. But she's been on my dad's survivor benefit for 18 years. 18 years she's been on that benefit. Wild. 5 pillars of income. And this is what I get when I start fact finding. I want to see what their income is, their pensions are, income producing assets, savings, IRAs, 401ks, what their RMDs are at 73, how Social Security conduits or complements those. Number 3 is where I uncover all the money. Find something I can work with or help them with. Boy, there's a lot of just tons of different benefits. There's so much to consider for your best claiming decision. So there's seminar marketing, which I'm a big seminar giver with Social Security seminars. Lynn Feldhauser is my right-hand person on that. She really handles virtually, with the exception of coaching, she really does all of the heavy lifting for you on that. We work that through IAMS. Lynn works hand in hand with IAMS. Retirement Boss Radio, your own radio, be your own radio host. And that's been very successful for me. And just give a presentation yesterday, came from radio, 400,000. 400,000, and it was a fixed annuity, a fixed indexed annuity, and then a RILA. Yep, off of 4. He didn't want to take. You want to have some type of guarantees on each one. But if you just want to learn about Social Security, $800, and I'm going to 4 sessions, and I'm going to coach you up on Social Security. I'm going to get to where you are very comfortable talking Social Security. There's a great book to read. It's cost you $20. I mean, it's in-depth coaching. Not many people do that within the industry. In fact, there's no one that I've heard of. There's no adage that says procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop. Tomorrow never comes, does it? No. Procrastinators don't make money. People who take action make money. If you heard something today that you say, you know what, maybe I should talk to Dave. Maybe I should learn a little more about Social Security. I'm going to tell you, it's a moneymaker. Social Security is a moneymaker. IAMS and I have had a relationship for years and years, 18 years now. And I've coached the majority of those 18 years, probably 17 and a half of them. And my goal is to help you. My goal is to go in and to give you as much Social Security information that I possibly can, or seminar marketing or retirement radio marketing, being a radio host. So if you want to mark yes, just mark yes. Lisa Marie from Insurance Agency Market Services will call you. She has our calendar. She'll line up a good time for us to talk. Would love to talk with you. Mark yes. Talk to me. I mean, I don't bite. We talk 10, 15 minutes, kind of see what you're doing. If you know Social Security, what it would take to learn Social Security. But if you're working with that pre-retired or just retired, if you're working with someone 55 and over and you don't know Social Security, now I'm telling you what, you compete against me, you're gonna lose that deal because I'm gonna impress them with what I know about Social Security, and you can too. I can help you with that. So I'm gonna turn this over to Steve Murray, President, CEO, Chief Bottle Washer of IAMS, and we'll see if there's any questions, and we'll call it a day here today.
I'm going to change from CFO to CBW.
Chief Bottle Washer.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really think, like this weekend I was in cleaning carpet, so I fall into this category.
Oh, good for you. I'm proud that you can do that.
Sometimes it's just nice to do things that don't require a lot.
A lot of thinking. No, I understand. Carpet. Yep. The carpet doesn't talk back, does it?
No, it doesn't. It does not. So, Dave, talk a little bit about because we've talked a lot about Social Security here today, and I think everybody has an idea of the ins and outs of Social Security and the opportunities to learn more. But talk a little bit about how you've used Social Security expertise to grow your business over the last, what's it been, 10, 12 years now that we've been doing this together?
Yeah, that's right. For Social Security, we actually started about, back in 2005 on just coaching. Mm-hmm. But yeah, well, Social Security, think about it. When you're working, Steve, what do you think of your apps that come through? And I know you got gazillions of them, but a fixed indexed annuity app comes through. Mm-hmm. What do you think the average age on that app is that they're writing on?
Oh, it's early 60s, 62, 64, somewhere in there.
Yep. So, and what's the first age you can start taking Social Security?
Don't be asking me these tough questions. I mean, you can.
62.
Yeah, unless you're disabled.
Yeah, see, it's that same age as the average person taking that annuity app, and it is with me too. So I would say the average age at mine is 60 to 67. That's their age because people are starting to think about retirement. They're thinking about talking maybe that lifetime income or just safety of principal. And in that conversation of income, how can Social Security not come up? It has to. It has to come. If you have a benefit, the only reason it doesn't come up is if you work for the government, put into a pension, and you didn't put into Social Security or railroad. Other than that, there's hardly anyone that doesn't have a Social Security benefit, or from the family. Maybe the wife was a stay-at-home mom, but that doesn't happen much anymore. So what happens is it just touches almost everybody. So when a person comes on in, that's one of the legs. I mean, we talk about income, wages, pensions, income producing investments. Then we talk about RMDs that are traditional, and then Social Security. That's kind of the 5 pillars of income. I go through each and every one of those. And if you don't know Social Security, it really gears around. That's how you get people in, because that's what they have the least information and knowledge about. Steve, I promise you, because I know this for a fact, I may not be a rocket scientist, but I'm smart enough. And when I originally got those Social Security books, I would read it and just scratch my head. Like, what are they talking about? And it's fortunate that with IAMS and then with me coaching, people can call me and say, hey, I don't get this. Mm-hmm. And I got 2 calls I got to do today. Both are from IAMS, and one is a client of mine and one is not. But he just said, hey, can you answer a question? No one seems to know the answer. Well, the chance of me knowing that answer is about 95%, off the top of my head. And if I don't, then I'll just go up on the Palms website and get it. So I think Social Security sets you apart from other advisors of the knowledge, because very few advisors know something about Social Security. And you know the reason why? Because they're thinking, hey, I can't get paid from educating people on Social Security. But how wrong they truly are.
Mm-hmm. And certainly, we've seen a resurgence in folks interested in learning about Social Security. I mean, if you look at pre-pandemic, back in 2000, we had 10, 12 seminars a month going on with various producers that we did business with, and
Yep.
then obviously nobody was coming to seminars there for a while, but the last 5, 6 months, I mean, the numbers have been fantastic. What
Very good.
give us your personal experience?
Yeah, we've talked about that off air before. People are tired of being cooped up. I mean, they just are, and that's a big decision on when to take it, because a lot of Social Security decisions can't be reversed. There aren't a bunch of do-overs. I just think that people are they want to get educated, and it's even Nebraska now. I'm not saying this is California or Massachusetts or Connecticut, but we're doing Social Security seminars every month, and I don't know if I've seen a mask in there. Now again, it's Nebraska.
Sure.
So we're kind of a freedom state. But what happens is that pandemic, it's not going away. I mean the virus is still there, but I think in people's minds it has passed. That torch has passed, and now they want to get educated. They want to do the very best for themselves they possibly can. If in my 42 years, if there are two things that really changed my business, that really enabled me to go in and be a strong producer, the first thing was probably is marketing. I like getting in front of people. I like having appointments. I like every day I have appointments to see. And I do that mainly through 3 different sources. I do it through seminar marketing, like Social Security is my mainstay, seminars, and then radio. Like this weekend, I got 3 appointments this weekend from radio, so that those are real important. Being a host, and the third way, Steve. I mean, we don't talk much about this, but your own book of business. I mean, almost every day I'm calling a preset 15-minute appointment. I just did 150,000, and of that, 100 grand came your way. You'll see it here pretty soon, because not often do I get where they write checks. It's an old farmer up in North Nebraska. He's 80 years old, and his wife is 80 years old, and he's still farming. He owns all the land.
Oh, yeah.
He's worth about $3 million. He hasn't got a big farm either, but he's worth about $3 million, and he's never ever invested. He heard me on radio, and they drove down, and I just called him just for a review, and he said, "Hey, if I had a little extra money, what would you do, Dave?" And I said, "How much do you have?" He said, "Well, like 350,000." And so he freed up 150 of it. So I'm just saying those 3 things, but Social Security, absolutely, it's in my top 3 of what has helped me to bring in business, in my career right now.
Yeah, I think the reason that, and it's been pretty well across the board. Every area doesn't seem to give the same results. I mean, the results are still pretty good, but it varies in terms of how many people show up. But almost across the board, we're seeing 15 to 20% more people in seminars than we've ever seen before. So I mean, we've had people register in excess of 70, 80, 90 people register.
Yeah, you're right.
For seminars.
Well, Steve, you know what? And I won't say the agent, but there's some areas that are very hard to get people to. In Boca Raton, Florida, that's not easy. That's not easy. I mean, we've done it before and have had minimal success. The person that's doing it right now is killing them. Mm-hmm. And he's tried. He's tried other FMOs. He's tried other people and had poor success. Does it with us, having extremely good success. So I mean, it's just whatever. Our vendor's very good at what he does. We do it through Facebook marketing, and and the way we follow up on it, we're getting a fair amount of people that come, and we're getting appointments. And that's the name of the game. You can't write business if you don't have appointments. Appointments just don't come down the chimney and fall on your desk and say sign it. It doesn't work that way in our business. Nope.
Yeah, I wish it did, but it doesn't. But you and I both know that there is some numbers game to it, and if you're not playing the numbers game and get in front of people to talk about, uh, retirement savings, retirement income, what they're going to do, you are missing the boat, because there are
Right. Well,
sure.
you're right. You're right. And Steve, you know what I've always said when somebody said it's a numbers game? I'll say, oh, in this business, you're exactly right. Really, let me extrapolate that. It's the number of appointments you get. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, got to start there for sure. So it's
Yep.
good stuff. Well, let me just look and see. We've got a couple folks that haven't voted yet, and I know some of that's because you can't. Well, if you're just listening online, so I'll have Lisa. If there's no vote, I'll have Lisa Marie give you a call. But it looks like there's a couple of you that they haven't decided one way or another, which is fine.
Yeah.
But don't worry about putting a no. By all means, if you've got the people that you want to see and you're comfortable with your Social Security knowledge, or maybe it's not something you're interested in, put no on that poll for sure. We'd love to help you if you want help, but we don't want to trouble you if you're not interested. Let me just see if there's any other questions here. Hold on, Dave.
Okay.
Software. This isn't a question that always comes up, but it's a good one. Every producer, I think, that tries to help folks on Social Security, they have ways to do it, but I think it's nice to have that third party kind of backing of a software program. And the question is, what software do we use for Social Security claiming? Dave, did I lose you? Yeah, well, it looks like maybe.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Dave.
Sorry there. My batteries went off of my headphone. My bad.
You've been talking too much.
Yeah. Fancy that. So what was the question again?
The question was, what software do we use to compute the best Social Security option available for our clients?
Yeah, there's a lot of software out there. I'll tell you what's a good one, and we give a free trial, a free link for it's for I think 90 days, 3 months, and it's by Zurich. Okay, Zurich's been around forever and ever and ever. They have a satellite insurance company that provides software, complete financial management software, but also Social Security software. You get that free link. So when you're coaching with me in any manner, you get that free link for 30 days. For 90 days. You can try it out. If you don't like it, great. If you want to subscribe to it afterwards, it's give or take about $30 a month. But it just shows you if you start early at the most optimal, and then somewhere in the middle. So it's pretty simple software. It doesn't have to be real complicated. Believe me, it can go over people's heads. But that Zurich software is free for you for 3 months, for 90 days.
Perfect. And did you talk about pricing for seminars? I was listening, but I didn't hear that come up. And now I see there's a question about it. The question is, what's the price for coaching and seminars?
Yeah. $2,950. That's all inclusive. You get 3 coachings on Social Security if you're not coached up or don't really know Social Security, which most advisors are not. We guarantee 35 registrants. Doesn't mean 35 people are going to come, but you're going to have 35 guaranteed registrants, and we've been averaging much more than that. But there is a guarantee, and Lynn Feldhauser, who does a really good job, Steve, you know that she works hand in hand with IAMS day in and day out. She's my right hand person. She generates almost all the back end and making sure that seminar runs in a proper manner. The advertisements are correct. All the disclosures are correct. You get the final sign off. She's excellent at what she does. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I got a good team, and that $2,950 will get you some Social Security coaching. We'll get you your registrants and get you the seminar and get you the how-to. Hey, this is the best. These are the best practices. So, really good value if that's an area of interest for you. And if you want to get in front of people, it should be right now. It's a good way to do it. You can do if you've never done seminars, doing a Social Security seminar is probably the best entry-level seminar to do. You've got your script. You pretty well stick to it. You don't take questions. You get appointments, and you're off to the races. So if that's something that you're interested in, by all means, check yes on that. Looks like everybody's voted, everybody but two, and I think those two can't. So I think we've got everybody online. Is there anything you want to add, Dave, before we go? Any little last nuggets of wisdom?
No, you know what? If you've not looked at really learning about Social Security, really going in and understanding it, you're I'm telling you, you could have more production. I mean, Social Security it's it brings in assets, and people really respect someone who knows Social Security and is able to help them. I can't tell you how many times uh, say I'm not working with them because I couldn't find assets, or they already have an advisor that they wanted to pay me for helping them with the Social Security, which I don't do. So I would say it's a great time right now after the pandemic. I can help you with Social Security claiming, coaching me up on that, doing some marketing. Absolutely, Mark. Yes, and I will help you.
Perfect. Thank you, Dave. I know you've got a busy appointment day. I appreciate you taking 45, 50 minutes out of your schedule today to join the IAMS team and help them out a little bit. Thank you all as well for taking some time out of your schedule on a Tuesday morning. This is going to be another month where the opportunity to do business is almost unending. If you're not, as Dave mentioned, kind of looking at your maybe some of your clients that have some underperforming or at least assets at risk, maybe that they're not looking at specifically. This is the time to do it and get in front of more people. So hopefully we can help you do that, and Dave can certainly help you. If Social Security is the way you want to do it, Dave can be a big part of that for you. So we'd love to have you give us a call here at the office. It's 800-255-5055. Ask for your sales director, ask for me if you like. Lisa Marie will be in touch with a number of you that anybody put yes or didn't answer the poll. Lisa Marie will give you a call. Don't be afraid to ask her for what we do and how we can help you get in front of more people. She loves to talk about that, just as Dave does regarding Social Security claiming. So appreciate you taking some time out. Dave, is there anything you want to add before we close up?
No, hey, thank you very much for tuning in today. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully your weather's wonderful.
Thanks, everybody. Give us a call at the office, 800-255-5055. Thanks for joining us, and have a great Tuesday and a great finish to your sales week.
Bye now.